Good morning. It is the end of our week 29 of homeschooling. So we're 29 weeks into homeschooling, and yes, this is the first one this year where I'm doing, hey, what did our homeschool week look like? What was our homeschool week? Good morning. So this morning is a kid date. We are going to breakfast before everybody wakes up. Just her and I. We're gonna go get us a little something from the coffee shop. What'd you get?
A snow. I can't remember the hot
Is it
chocolate. A stone and a hot chocolate.
Look how pretty that is. Is it good?
Yeah.
So, as you know, we're doing classical conversations. I have 2 kids in Challenge A and 3 in Foundations and then 1 in Essentials. Hey, before I forget, and every time that rooster crows, I am going to be with Tangie, and we're going to do a little Mama Gets Fit reunion get together on her channel. 8:45 this coming Wednesday, this Wednesday. I'm going to put the date down below, and I'm going to put a link to her channel. Do not miss it. It's not going to be any longer than an hour. It might only be 45 minutes because we busy mamas. We got stuff to do. And I'm not going to promise you like it'll happen again. It might be a one-time deal, but we're going to talk about just kind of getting back on the bandwagon. You should see us there. Come see us. Yeah, click the button. Make sure you subscribe to her channel so you know. Click the bell too. I'm trying to figure out the sound. There's like a couple sounds coming together at one time. One is the timeline song. So, let me go into kind of like how it's going. We are coming off a fair week, trying to get caught back up into our week, or get back into the, how to put it, our, getting our mojo back. It's been kind of hard. So for the kids doing, will you let the cat in so it doesn't tear up the porch? So for the kids doing challenge, each week they get kind of this layout. So each one of these is a subject, and then it has the things they need to work on, and then the gray part is what we should cover at the end of the, when we meet in community the next time. So they're working ahead. I can go into a lot of details on this, but for the most part, some of it gets daunting. And this is like a buffet, not a complete do it everything there. The noise is making me crazy. So between the door opening, stomping, those are stomping on the steps, the joys of being in a mobile home, and the sound of every animal about to drive me crazy. So anyways, they have that to do. We're working through Henley Latin. And with doing Henley Latin, it's intense. And we move at a speed that's pretty intense. So I actually am to the point this far in, just do the vocab and memorize the charts. So the charts aren't actually in this book, they're in the blue book. But I have them reading, or we'll read together, and then they'll work on memorizing. I plan to actually be more participating with them to work through vocab. But honestly, sometimes it's hard to find the time between so many kids. So, they have to do the vocab and review the vocab. Is it getting done? Sometimes. We're now working on conjugating verbs. So, that works out the best it can. I feel like the lighting keeps fluctuating. Right now they're reading Crispin. So my daughter's already read this book, so she's on her second round. My son is reading it. He's not a fast reader, but I'll tell you, this is in 2 nights. So he's really liking the book. They've already been on me like, have you read it? Have you read it, read it, read it. So I'll begin tonight reading this book, but the 2 of them are going back through Crispin. We found sharing books have not been a big deal at all. They're working on drawing the skeleton and the brain right now for challenge, and they've been drawing Africa. My son gets a little overwhelmed with the amount of drawing. In or out? Lily, in or out? So So one of the things I let him do was, now that we're in Africa, is this map on the back of the trivium table for cycle 1 is just drawing an outline. Now we can't do this for every one, but this one has been helpful. Looking back now, I probably would completely... Alright, well let me make a video, okay? I would probably just create a master page and let them copy from there. The idea of searching through the book has been a bit overwhelming to find these locations on top of everything else they have to do. So I feel like I just wish they had a master and they could work on copying, doing the memory work, and a lot of this being new to them and the vast amount of work to do. I don't know. This will have to be another video that I'll talk about this in depth. But I love challenge. I like the program. I feel like there's not enough tools for me at times to help them. And there's a lot of go search for this. And I think my kids needed a little bit more of a bridge. I think I've seen kids that handled this well. And then I've watched some others that kind of needed more of a bridge to help them in this transition. So it's a little sink or swim. So I've been helping them out and relaxing it and tailoring it the best I can. And then of course we still do Saxon. We're getting through our Saxon. I had them on teaching textbooks for a little bit, but they kind of quit using the program. I printed out so I could follow along the book, and they stopped using the computer program and did the book only. And I'm like, well, if we're going to do a book, I don't want to have all this stuff when I could just have my Saxon textbook. So I put them in the Saxon textbook. They'd gotten very careless by doing teaching textbooks. So I actually have them started from the beginning. And what they do in a day is 2 lesson readings and the practice problems. And then they do that second one's problem set. So we're doing 2 lessons at a time. But it seems to be working. It seems to be working. I've been trying to do my best to get a little professional development. You know, we don't always talk about professional development. Mama's getting a little professional development here. Getting my coffee ready, doing a little dishes, watching Poudre. They do like Poudre and parfaits, Poudre and coffee. Me, Poudre and dishes. Yeah, so I'm borrowing the, I don't think you can see it, the IEW, can you see it? The IEW Structures and Style DVDs from one of our the moms, and I have the book, and I'm going through it, and I'm realizing that needs a whole review because there's not enough given. If you're going to do IEW, figure out a way to borrow these from somebody and get the Structure and Styles book. I feel like you could just simply watch that and do the Structures and Styles workbook, and you don't have to go and buy all the other stuff. It's complete, and it equips you on what to do for it. So I'm working through this. This will take me a while. But, you know, a little bit in the morning works out really good. So I've been working through that with the kids. My older ones use the iPad. We're on week 20 in CC. And I love having a flip book. This makes it easier than carrying the big foundations binder. We use the iPad to go through this content for each subject. What are some parts of the atmosphere? Some parts of the atmosphere are troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, and exosphere. I had a really cool thing here. So they made that in CC, which I thought was awesome. I think they did an art project or symphony or singing or something. I don't know. It's hard for me to keep up with doing directing challenge and having kids in foundations and essentials. It's been really hard to manage keeping up with everything. So they work through this audibly on the iPad and with the app that they have, and you don't even have to be a CC member to get the app. And so it works out really nice. And then what else are we doing? Oh, I'm finally getting on. I've had so much stuff for Orville, I couldn't make up my mind. And I'm going with Tried and True. Sticking with it. You can see we're not very far. We're book 1. It has just been crazy. I love these little books though. I won't lie. Sometimes I want flashy stuff, but this gets the job done. And he enjoys it. It does a lot of good phonemic awareness. And then Leona is 4 now. So right now she's working on the color count and cut book. One of my favorite things about this book is right here. So many of my kids have used these. So they have these little symbols that mean the color. So there's the red symbol. And they'll introduce the color. And then later on, when they give instructions for them to color it, they use the same shape. So see, here we go again. So they talk about what colors to color it. So it's really good because it's actually using a shape that they can refer to, but then it's teaching the color words without much effort. And we've had a lot of success teaching the color words that way. So that's where we're at. We're like in week 29. We really only have 7 more weeks to go. I'm carefully going through. I won't lie. It's been very busy this year. I thought I would be able to carry you along the challenge directing journey, but it's cumbersome, and to find a way to make videos and be prepared and get everything done became really impossible task. With that said, I gave it a lot of thought. I was planning on actually doing challenge A again, directing it, because then I wouldn't have to work so hard. I've already done it. But thinking about my younger ones as the year goes into next year, I am going to have 2 in essentials. We are doing CC next year. We're going to have 2 in essentials, and I'm going to have a total of 4 in foundations. So Addie needs somebody to sit with her. Next year is Orville's 1st grade year, and that is the year I officially begin teaching. I wonder if I turned it this way, it would be better. I know, as it keeps fading in and out. Is the year I officially begin teaching reading for him. And I'm like, be kind to myself. That's kind of, isn't that my word this year, is being kind to myself. Promoting my, giving my best yes. I'm not always good at discerning what my best yes is. And realizing what I have to do, I need to focus on them. So I'm not going to direct. So long story short, I'm not going to direct next year. I'm going to be just the parent. And that's kind of a nice place to come into just as a mom. We keep looking at what is going to be the best fit for so my 4 bottom ones, best fit, we're doing foundations and essentials. My 2 oldest, Katie and Bubba, we're on the fence on what's going to be their best fit next year. Which, you know me, I want everybody on the same thing across the board. So I'm not sure if we'll continue CC with them. We may very well take a year off of challenge and come back into challenge later. But we're still figuring that out. And we're definitely not quite sure. It is a busy day. I told myself I should start making this video earlier. And I'm like, I need to watch my Poudbois videos. I should have made the video earlier. But it actually worked out really nice watching Poudbois this morning. I've gotten through most of the first video, which is like 2-3 hours. And my kids watched it with me. And I've seen a lot of benefits of them. Bless you. Of them watching the videos with me. And it was kind of more like we're snuggled on the couch just watching videos together this morning. So that's kind of what's going on in our homeschool. Thinking out next year. So next year, doing CC, we will have cycle 2, and that's medieval, and looking for fun things to do with that, knowing that we'll be doing essentials, which means we'll be doing IEW theme writing. And what else? I mean, Foundations and Essentials is a phenomenal program. I really, really like it. I really like what it's given for the kids, which again, probably we'll have a whole nother video on that eventually. But what it's given for the kids has been amazing, and it's enough. And so I just need to add math in there, some good reading books, spelling and handwriting, and I feel like we are taken care of. Handwriting, I'm not actually doing any formal instruction. I have pen time that we use as reference from time to time. And then spelling, we're working through Spelling Plus. I'll put the video at the end for Spelling Plus, the review I did on it. Saxon Math. But we are finding we like the newer editions better than the old textbooks. And I've been a pretty old textbook junkie. Like, we only use old textbooks. And we're seeing some benefit in the newer ones, especially with the kids having ADHD. It helps with being able to stay focused because there's more white space. So anyways, that is our week 29, but I am looking into what would be our other possibilities to find our best yes and our best fit for my older 2 kids. So anyways, tell me how your week's going. How are you? Are you already beginning exploring new curriculum for next year? Where are you at for next year's planning? Are you beginning? Are you in the trenches? Is it kind of automated? You don't change, so you just keep going. How's it going? And I'm going to kind of get some control going on because nobody's doing anything if I'm making a video this late in the day. So I will talk to you later. And remember, if I can do it, you can do it. We can do it. I'll talk to you later. Bye.